So, hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. So, today I will say something about Driver San Francisco and how to play it. Now, this thing is not the game online servers are down, and there are some cracks and mods like 2D cracks and RG mechanics. There is something called speed row and profit, if you know that. And there is one file which is from the Internet Archive. This thing, which is noted by Ubisoft Reflection. There is a full version of our PC, PS3, Xbox, and Wii. But my concern is about the PC version. So this version of PC is technically the direct disk version, you can say, because the files are original and there is nothing which is cracked up, although they provided. So I'm not giving you any kind of, I don't know. First thing that the YouTube policy does not really say it about fee for any licensed game all the way back. This is now a complete abandonware because the online servers are down. You can get it the game all the way if we search for driver San Francisco my abandonware. That's the site where you can download any game. Like key because you need the key. Now there is G2A which is still giving you the key. Now this thing in dollar you can convert it and see. I don't know how much it will be. So the Dart for Steam Key Global is less price than this driver San Francisco user current key. We don't know, and the prices are actually too much for Indian perspective, and I don't trust many things. Like in I don't know, and I don't go. Again, this is I think in euro 231.51. So anyway, and one of the more things like there you have to do and lesson three. I think this is the two for lesson three. What I don't know. So anyway, Midnight Club 2 Global Steam key. Anyway, so that's not our concern because you can't play online. So if you search on driver San Francisco online, let's say because there is a tutorial on YouTube, and this is the video of that night. Vortex story. What the shit we are not. Now this ad and this was it. Go to Alcatraz. Avoid that. This is a tutorial for May 4. Then why the heck you are? Okay, okay, this is a site. But now, yeah, we are. Now again, this thing that you will not get in the first place, the driver's responsible for multi-language use of reflection. Now I want to just show you the directory. So because there are PC, Windows, and in this directory there are driver San Francisco ISO zip and a rip zip. If you see the view content of the ISO, what you will get, yeah. So you get the valid ISO. There is a instruction, which in my case does not get downloaded. There is a crack zip, which I say you can avoid it. Now this is the updated exe driver 5 1.0.4 and you need it because the native exe from this version will not work. Anyway, you can try it and that is a event and deluxe event zip mode. You have to just to unpack and paste in the media folder. So that's not our concern. Our concern is the process is useful for someone who have disk original with the key, the activation key which he needs to apply. And let's say this is a zip folder ISO. And one more thing I have to show you. Again, let's do the directory. You need the activation key if you have the disk, and somehow if you cannot download it from the Ubisoft game server, this is still a valid option to download the game this way. Although I don't think you need to do that. Now the zip is nothing in this. You can see this is nothing, just the RG mechanics crack version. So don't download the RIP version. You have to download the ISO zip. So and if you download it, you don't have to install or set up anything because it is pre-downloaded all the things. Now head back to the zip folder. This is ISO zip. Now let's see the content. There is a patch ISO uplay event zip. Now in the ISO there is the updater file and a crack. And I will say please open the driver San Francisco ISO zip, not from the Explorer, because some images will not gotta be extracted. So use the 7-zip file manager instead, which you can download and then extract it. I'm not showing you because I've deleted the things. I think I have still the where I forgot it. DSMC. Yes, this is the crack version, which is nothing but a Skid Row DLL. So you know this is a Skid Row crack. Now these two version DLL have some issue, and there is a orbit. So anyway, now talking about where is our ISO. I'm interested in the ISO, and I have forgotten where is the ISO. Man. Ah, this is the ISO. Mounting the game, this is the BD-ROM I file. You can have the disk one, auto run, setup exe, and this one you don't have anything to look at it. Okay, there is license, and now you can run the auto run or setup exe. Just remember you have to go to properties, email. There is digital signature if you need anything doubt about it. So in the compatibility mode, please run this on Windows Vista. It will generally be in Windows 7, and you have to face some virtualization issues. So run it on Windows 7, it will run fine. Apply setup. This should also be on run on Windows Vista. Now, if I open the, now I have downloaded the game. Play, registration, readme, uninstall, and quiet. So I will not do anything. I think if you are, you know how to download all the stuffs, and it is the install anywhere exe. So they will install, and there will they will redirect you to browser for registration purpose. Because if I press the registration, I think you will go on to secureUBI.com and the older version of Uplay, the Ubisoft launcher. Now it will not work. That's the case. So after that, what I have said that where is the download? You need to download the patch and this driver 5 1.014 exe. Now with this exe, again, compatibility mode of Windows Vista, run it, locate the your driver Francisco file, and update to the 1.0.4. Here it is written, but it will update to 1.0.4.114 exe file. And I think the file we have extracted it or not, I forgot it because I did it after some time. Yeah, that is also. You can download the another update from PC Gaming Wiki anyway. So this is the default location of games and just driver. Now the folder look like this, where you have the version DLL, one thing the plugins, and some common files are changed because I have installed Snoopy mod menu, and there you can see there is version DLL, readme text, plugins, and common files. So natively there is no plugin files on there, and some changes in the common files and version DLL. So don't mind them. Now the now as for just a little bit concern, like Pikachu is concerning, let's do some virus total scan. Just push. Now this driver exe is updated. The native driver exe will not launch anything on the task manager. If you see the detail there, you will see nothing is launching. So I don't know why. Now, if you don't want to launch, there is details which is not there, and I have applied the skid row here. So I am using it for like 6 or 7 months. I don't face any kind of issue, and generally talking, you will not face. So if you want, you can apply. If you don't want, you can't apply. But for the video purpose, I have deleted all the things. Now no server has detected anything. The user score is community score is +5. No problem. The file is somewhere back. It is TJS imaged. It is if you update the game, it will be there is graph summary. You can check it because I am not sure about these things so much. These are some processes. Now the fact you have to look at that the main thing is don't change this DF engine DLL because if you change it, which I'm talking later, You kind of have some problem with the df engine like dumb dmpxe. So there's the loader. Scan this and make it the picture. 1 minute, I have to say. Okay, we have time to record. So now the community score is zero, kinda mess. No engine has detected this is a malware or anything, but don't. Now the signature is filed, signed file, valid signature. There's no problem, and you can just gone through it when you download it. There is not a very much problem, and there is the globe summary and nothing here. You can watch also the behavior. Not a bit very much problem. Sigma rules, high detection, and all the how it works. You can just run the process explorer beside it, so you know how it works. So I am off this thing. Now the fun fact is, if you run the crack, which is basically the skid row, and if you replace the driver exe with that native exe, you meet this DLL and this Ubisoft. Okay. Now the fun fact which I am talking. So we are checking the crack. If you see now the community score, which is not zero in this case. Why I don't know. But the fun fact is, let's go to details, my man. There's nothing called the file signature or anything. But let's go through target process, compatible process, and anything. Is this yes or no? Relationship, domain. This is partially the same things. And now this thing is something which I don't understand. The matches rule failed code integrity check. Match rule used remove item to delete file, fragment. So there is something called like at the last step of the integrating check, those files are avoiding it. So I can't say about the safeness of this file. So it's your matter. So what happened when you wrong file? So what will happen when you replace the no, not replace you update this driver exe from the native version to update it by 1.04 and you launch the game. Now these DLLs are extremely not rare. So this will do nothing. Just open the Ubisoft launcher. So wait for that because there's nothing I can do about it. So in the meantime, I would like to say about this. So there is a long video in his channel 1 year back and 6 months back of Vortex story. So this is you need to make an account in the Alcatraz website and you can play the game online. So just you have to make sure that yes, and there it is, the activation code. So guys, if you have activation code of Driver San Francisco, or if you have can get the code from somewhere, activate the game will be linked to your account. So if you are have disk, your disk is damaged, and somehow if you cannot download the game from the store, still this is the process you can do because those files are original files. So I'm cutting this thing because now the UDP port, no, currently no user, manage account, I can sign in. And after signing in, if you will get a file called this Alcatraz JSON file. And just look at it. This is my file name, ASD, HB, account ID, and blah 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 blah. You need to make password and things. Now if I am changing the DLL because you need to change. So this is the original and make it original. Okay. So we are changing the DLL. Change here the file extension name. If you don't have, go to view and file name extension click. If you don't click it, what? Not hidden items. It will just go away. Some files and some hidden items will come and some will not. Like you see the driver is gone. File name extension, please open it. It is useful. Now when you download it, so after signing in, you can download it. I am not showing the process. And you will redirect from the video link to a GitHub page. The Alcatraz. There is the you need to Launcher is not included and you don't need it. You need the DF engine DLL and UB Orbit API are to load our DLL. Now I have downloaded those two files, so I don't think I have downloaded twice. Now what I have said, Alcatraz not launcher but loader. Yes. If you change this DF engine DLL, sometimes the game create dump file and show you fatal error at the point of start exe. So don't change this, I say, or you can change it because I don't know what it does, but it will not do many things. So copy this file of the UB suborbit API to your folder, paste it. Now if you are curious enough, let's check the virus total. Use the community software. Again, 0. But no, nothing is detected. So there are much more greater scan available in the market. You can check those. I'm not saying that this is a much valuable option because sometimes there are false positives and sometimes there are trojans and many things which are detected and we use it. So I'm just going through all the points. There is nothing that does not happen with the skid row, which I've said, which I've shown that there are some failure in the integrity check, but in this file there is not a problem. But I'm saying, oh, we have time 8 times. Okay, now let's. Now, if you open the game will open by default in 1366 by 768 resolution and or in full screen. And it is by default. There's nothing you can do about it. So you need to community software and trust of the community of this if you don't trust any one of us. But there are some problems within the game. So you can see the version is 1.0.4.114. There is a Wi-Fi signal of this kind. And hello signals. This is your name. This will come. And one more thing, you have to adjust your save to that. You have to change. Now the problem with me, if I open the online multiplayer, to just show you guys, then let's release the sound. And there is some problem with my laptop, which is nothing has great thing. The normal laptop running some games, quite hectic work. Now you can connect it, but you have to change your UDPI port. So again, 1 minute, let's show. Okay, let's say I'm showing Alcatraz sign in. Now I think my password is PhD password. Yes, this is my thing. Now UDP port is you need to UDP port to 3074 to play online with some friend. My UDP port is, and I don't know how to change it. And I have seen some tutorial, but does not help me. So the problem which happens that you come to the online, I click to the tutorial, it is showing connecting, it is now ready, and after that the game will crash. And I don't get any solution. It still you play it online pretty fine. There is no problem. Yet the game crash. 1 minute, I am just showing the time. We have 5 minutes, which is more than enough. So again, you can load the game without any error. And now talking about repack, the Ubisoft DLL, the EXE will not have so many problems, but the Ubisoft DLL will make some problems, and most probably your antivirus will delete them. So there is now a connection error which I don't want to comment. So connecting to Ubisoft server port 639. Okay, now connect. Again, there is a problem with my laptop, and there is another option. Just you don't have to work. Wait. What is happening? I want to quit the main. I want to go to story, continue. I finish the game after 1 year. I think 9 months. I take 9 months to take to just complete the story with the necessary side missions, not doing all the side missions. And then I lost my all the saves somehow because my computer gone to a state and nothing. I just so there is the ship level and you can play and tackle and crash and the handle. These the driving series are there. This is the Spanish mod menu. I have made a video like on the vehicle reached, right mouse, and with some necessary adjustment. A ride simulator like this. So this is just a basic and you can really take advantage of this game. So that's about it, what it is. So you can play without downloading any kind of pack from dodgy website. All the way back downloading from the archive of Hershey. It's still a headache thing because of the download speed. Sometimes you download high, sometimes not. So download the ISO zip. Please view the contents because you don't get this thing pretty easily or quick to search. So please go on through and okay, that's it. So that's for our video because many person will not come to play the drivers on Frisco. So you can play like